Do you ever feel like you're out of your depth? Surrounded by people you don't know with problems you don't understand? Imagine being just an ordinary young man, minding your own business, trying to do the right thing, but somehow always ending up in the most extraordinary situations. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Bible Project. I'm your host. Join me as we retell the stories from the Bible in a way that is relevant and understandable for everyone. In the days of biblical Israel, there was a notorious bully named Goliath. He was a giant from the land of Gath, and he towered over the Israelites at a fearsome 6 cubits tall, or about 9 feet. Every day, he would taunt them, daring anyone to come fight him. But no one could defeat him. The bravest the Israelites could muster were giant slayers, but even they couldn't stand against Goliath. One day, a young man named David came to visit his older brother Eliab, who was fighting in the Israelite army. When David arrived, he heard the taunts of Goliath, and like everyone else, he assumed that this great warrior was the one who would finally take Goliath down. But after hearing Goliath's taunts for 40 days, David grew increasingly angry. Why didn't someone just go out there and defeat this bully? Then one day, while talking to the giant killer, David discovered something that made him even angrier. Goliath wasn't just a bully. He was a murderer. He would pick out the weakest Israelites, the small, skinny ones, and simply crush them to death. That was the breaking point for David. Enough was enough. Someone had to stop this monster, and apparently no one else was going to do it. So David decided he would do it himself. But how could one young man defeat a 9-foot-tall giant? It seemed impossible, but David was determined. He might not have been able to beat Goliath at his own game, but David had a secret weapon. While Goliath and his soldiers were experts in the art of war, relying on their strength and skill in battle, David knew that his victory would come from above. He might be just a young man, but he wasn't alone. God was on his side. And as long as David stayed close to God, he knew he could do anything. So with a little help from a friend, David got his hands on a sling, a simple shepherd's tool used for shooting stones into the air, and he took aim at Goliath. As the massive stone left his sling, David watched as it sailed through the air and struck the giant in the forehead. Startled by the unexpected attack, Goliath stumbled backward, reached out a hand to steady himself, then collapsed face first into the ground. And that's the story of David and Goliath. How many of you watching know that story already? Raise your hand if you think you'd be like David facing a giant, scared but determined to do what's right. Leave a comment below. We'd love to hear from you. And remember, no matter how intimidating the Goliaths you may face, as long as you stay close to God, you can do anything. Because of his great love for us, God has given us everything we need to live a life that has meaning and purpose. So next time you feel like you're just a small fish in a big pond, remember, you're not alone. God is with you every step of the way. Just stay close to him and trust in his plan for your life. Until next time, remember, God is good.